Well, thank you very much. For years, we've been telling young ladies that they must aspire to achieve greatness. They must ensure they stay in school. They must make something out of their lives. They must earn a living. They should pursue some professional aspirations. But what does that all mean? What will all that come to if as a young lady or as a woman, you don't know your worth? What is the worth of a woman is our topic for discussion today. And let me quickly go to the audience. And as I have student leaders here from about 6 or 7 different universities. So let me come to you wearing a white jacket. What do you think is the worth of a woman?
For me, I think the worth of a woman is priceless. I mean, a woman is worth more than gold, silver. Women do it all. We do it all.
Does that mean women are superhuman beings?
Not exactly, but women do a lot of things that men can't do, and yet we can do the things that they do. So women are we do it all.
Well, I smile because, yes, for years, these are the things we've told the young people. And we were told the same thing anyway. A woman is priceless. She's worth more than gold. She's a diamond. You know, she can achieve anything. But really, what is the worth of a woman? What comprises all that? Gold is jewelry. It's metal. Diamond is the same. Value, it depends on what you place on it. You would think that this beads is valueless. For me, it's priceless. So what is the worth of a woman? Well, I have 3 worthy women as panelists for today, and we are going to dissect this topic. It's deep, yes, I agree. But I've been told that of all the struggles and the fight for gender empowerment, there's nothing like self-empowerment. And being self-empowered is knowing your worth as a woman. Thank you to GTP New Style for my cloth Ophelia crossline design for my dress, Fitzmark accessories for my beads, I love so much, and of course, Crisel Enterprise for my hair. We'll be back. Well, welcome back to The Standpoint. If you just joined us, our topic for discussion today is knowing the worth of a woman. We actually ask a question. What is the worth of a woman? And seated right opposite me is a woman I think is worthy and hopefully knows her worth. She's Hamda Zakaria. She's executive and fundraising assistant at the African Women's Development Fund, my proud sponsor and supporter for the past 3 years. That's AWDF. Good to have you. Yeah, you can clap. You should clap harder because I'm due for renewal, you see. Good to have you here, Hamda.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure supporting you.
Thank you. And next to Hamda, I have my baby sister here. Yeah, she's my baby sister, and I mean it in every way, baby sister. Lydia Forsin. She is an actress, a young lady I think we are all so proud of. She's produced her latest movie. If you haven't seen it yet, A Letter from Adam is a must-watch. She produced it, she wrote it, and produced it herself. Wow. Thank you. Good to have you back on The Standpoint.
Good. This is home.
This is home.
When I get that call, I can't say no.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And of course, next to her, a woman who's motivated me for a long time. You know, she's the standard I try to step in there. But the thing is, the more I try to get closer, she keeps going higher and higher and higher. If only she would slow down. But she's a woman of worth and she can't slow down. Comfort Okran.
Thank you for having me.
You know, the name is an institution by itself. So you mentioned Comfort Okran, you don't need to add anything. Yeah. Right, she's the CEO of Legacy and Legacy. Let me come straight to you, Lydia.
Wow.
Do you think you know your worth as a woman?
I think so. It took some time for me to know it, but I like to think so.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, the girls gave some wonderful, you know, examples, and I was thinking in my head, oh my gosh, I have to say something very intelligent, or I'm going to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know, it's a very heavy question. But I think it boils down to knowing who you are, embracing who you are in all totality, and not settling for anything less than what you think you deserve. And for me, many years ago, I was not this. People say, oh, you're very confident. I always say, confidence is not automatic. It is built.
Right.
And it's in looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? I don't like palm nut soup. And if the world thinks that palm nut soup is the way to go and I don't want it, that is okay. And I'm okay with it. So if I meet someone, they either accept me for who I am or they should, you know. So it just boils down to embracing who you are and being okay with it and not settling for anything less.
You know, the reason why I started with Lydia Comfort is the fact that maybe I know her story. And the fact that since she started acting, she's been through a lot. She's been told that if you were a bit fairer, if you were a bit slimmer, you know, if you were a bit taller. But this girl insists that, well, if you don't want me, that's it. This is me. And now she stayed, fought. We've not seen her on the screen for some time. She's jumped to SA, become brand ambassador for some companies. Now she's produced her own movie. I mean, who does that?
A woman of worth. Somebody who knows who she is confident in her skin. And she doesn't need anyone to validate that she is Lydia or she is Akosia or she is Amma. Because you know who you are and you know what you can do, your capacity. And therefore you're comfortable in doing what you can do at that present state, and yes, looking forward to doing even more.
So who is a woman? Apart from having a breast, the VJJ, and the womb, who is a woman?
To me, a woman is everything. A woman is confident, a woman is intelligent, and there's this saying that wisdom has a feminine voice. So a woman is full of wisdom to stand on her feet, and all we need is that support and the push and the belief in ourselves that we can do it.
And what is that everything that a woman has? You say
The
a woman
power.
is everything.
You have
What
the
is
power.
that thing that the woman, you know?
I think you have the brains, we have the power, and we have, you know, the physical charm to be able to manage our way through. And it's just by, like I said, believing in yourself, standing firm with what you believe in. This is what I want, and you go all out for it. Try. It's not easy. You know, it's always like when it comes to a woman, oh, let's do her favors. No, it shouldn't be like that. Rough it out like the men do. Bring out that strength in you. It's not easy. It's not easy. There are so many obstacles that we have to, so many hurdles that we have to clear. But you have to make it a point to clear those hurdles to get to wherever you want to get to.
Do you think as women, we know our worth?
We do. And, you know, I love something she said. She said, you know, we have power. And when we know just how much power we have, the potential is limitless. I was talking about, you know, going to companies for sponsorship. And, you know, when you open that door, the first thing they see is you're a woman first. And it can be annoying, but that's where the power comes in. Okay, if it's the woman you see, I'll show you the power of a woman. Now, most company executives want to talk about lunch and let's have drinks before they go to business.
Lunch, you
And
are being
also-
charitable. It's dinner.
Dinner, well,
Yeah.
dinner is,
Yeah.
you know the deal.
I know the deal. Let's talk about it over dinner.
Let's talk about it over dinner. I will say, okay, sure, no problem. But can I show you this proposal? Because in most women, when you don't know your worth, that is when you feel like the only way you can make it, or the only way a man will pay attention to you, or the only way someone will sponsor what you're doing is by doing something with them. No, I need to let you know that without you, I'll survive. I'm actually doing you a favor. So if you say no, the next person will say yes. And trust me, men are fascinated by women. When you show that you are more than just what you look like, that is when they are even more interested in you. I always tell my friends, a man will spend on you up until he gets you. The fascination is, what is this girl going to do this time? Or, you know, why is she so hard to get? And that's where you have power. And you can play, you say, okay, don't worry, we'll have dinner. But you sign this check, when we finish, we'll talk about dinner in 2 weeks. And probably that dinner will never, okay, let me keep quiet before I get into trouble. But it's all knowing your worth and knowing just how much power that you have.
Wasn't this girl told that if you're a woman and you're too powerful, you know what you're about, you know you're right, you won't get a man to marry you?
No, you see, that's the wrong thing. You won't get a certain type of man. Because I always tell men, I had a guy told me that, you know, the problem with you women is when you are so powerful. I said, if you're looking for someone to feed your ego, then I'm not your mother. I'm not here to baby you. So I will get the type of man who can handle just how powerful I am. And it takes a confident man. So that means all those Sankwas boys, they were not for you in the first place. Because a real man wants a real woman. They say that behind every successful man, but it's not behind, it's beside and sometimes in front. And a smart man knows that this woman in my life, I think I'm in awe of this lady. And I've met her, I'm going to tell you, I met her many years ago in a salon. We were both having a pedicure. I was like, Ish, do I say hi or I don't say hi?
No, you didn't.
And I heard about her, and no disrespect to your husband, but I heard about you before I even heard about him. And the men who are smart marry the right kind of woman, because when a woman who knows what she's doing is in your life, you just show up and it makes it look like, oh, it's a walk in the park. But when you marry an unintelligent woman, a woman who's just going to sit down and let you ride, yes, you'll be powerful, but trust me, it's filled with a lot of drama. And all the girls come in, and all the great men we know, when they fall, is because of a woman. And all the great men we know, when they rise, is because they had a woman in their life.
It's a bit difficult to say this, but sometimes, whenever humans get the opportunity to have the place of worth or in the place of power in someone's life, based on their insecurities, they choose to downplay the importance of other people in their lives, or the other people in the equation. So then it is me, 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 and nothing of other.
Yeah.
Therefore, as time has gone on, society has found it convenient sometimes to downplay or to suggest to people, or especially, I mean, sometimes ladies, that you really don't cut it. And when we don't understand what we are worth, what we have to do, then we accept that role. Several years ago, I remember telling myself that, okay, whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to succeed in it. And that success is not based on anybody carrying favors from anybody. It's based on doing what I have to do to the best of my abilities and believing that what I am doing is worthwhile and making a contribution to society. So so therefore I refuse to let anybody look down on me. I refuse to let anybody make me second in the scheme of things. If this is what I have to do, I will find out whatever I need to get to do it. If I have to study for a program, if I have to study for an exam, then I have to do my research well. But if I settle for going for an exam paper, whoever gave me that exam paper, I owe the person. And sometimes we start from that level whereby we take little shortcuts, and therefore at the end of the period, even though you may have reached the pinnacle you wish to get there, because you didn't get there authentically, because you didn't place any value on having the good morals and so on and so forth, you feel you don't earn, you don't deserve it, and therefore you can't occupy your space. And therefore, I would encourage people who are listening that society may put a label on you, but you will choose as to whether you should accept that label or not. And in the end, you placing a value on yourself would enable society to say, okay, I want that value or I don't want that value. But usually when we place a good value on ourselves, nobody throws any good thing away. Nobody says that I don't like that. Everybody says that I want that.
Yeah.
I need to have that. So we need to place value on ourselves, no matter what somebody says. If somebody says that you can't do it,
they won't even say it to your face, but
yes,
secretly.
If they say you can't cut it, show them you can cut it, and not only can you cut it, but you will be above the rest. A woman of worth doesn't become complete with a man. A woman of worth is complete in herself. You are complete as you are. If a gentleman comes your way, the person is an add-on. Is the other part of it. It's not the all in all, whereby without
you do not become the appendage of that man.
No. You are independent. Bible says that you have been made to dominate. You've been created to create space for yourself. You've not been made to wait for someone to come and discover you before you become. No.
Well, let me say thank you to African Women's Development Fund supporting African women's rights organizations across Africa.
Goil, good energy. Fortune Rice, the right rice.
Vital, making life memorable.
Makeup is provided by Paba Cosmetics and applied by Makeup and More. Thank you to Matame's Pottery for decorating our set beautifully. Well, we take a short break. We'll be back. Well, welcome back to The Standpoint. This program is also broadcast on ABN TV on Sky Channel 235 in the UK, across Western Europe, Asia, North Africa, and parts of Canada. And you can always watch it at our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh, powered by Dream Oval. Hamda, how do you identify your worth as a woman?
Identifying your worth as a woman is knowing your ability as much as knowing your limitations, knowing what you want, and then how to get what you want. Actually, is very important. Growing up in my home, there was no specifications for boys and then girls. That kind of distinction wasn't there. Domestic chores were done equally between boys and girls. And my dad constantly told me that, look, you were born free as a bird. Fly as high as your wings can take you. Don't let anyone clip it. Fly as high as your wings can take you. And that's what I want young girls of today to have in their mind. You are born free. Don't let society determine who you are. Don't let society limit you by saying being in a man's home is your ultimate position. No. I'm all out for marriage, but marry the right person. Right. Marry a man that would see the potential in you and help you unleash those potentials. Right. Don't marry a man who would always bring you down. No. And marry because you want to. I did it because I wanted to.
When you're in a relationship, the person has to love you first for who you are. If you're looking for a maid, you can hire help. If you're looking for someone to come and cook, clean your clothes and all, there's help there. Not to say that you should not cook for your man or you should not, but it's an act of love. So, bringing it back to the point you're making, a lot of people don't understand what love is. They are equating sex with love. So if a man tells you that, okay, come and do a threesome, by all means, I'm not saying you should not do it. It's none of my business. Do it because you want to. Not because you feel like if you do it, he's going to stay. That is sex. Real love is when I look at you, your flaws and all, and I still want to be with you. And it's sad because most of these young girls are confused. Because at a certain age, and also because parents don't talk to their children about sex.
Yeah.
Because I've known about sex, and I'm not exaggerating, since I was in class 1. I knew too much about sex. So as I grew up, even when I was in university, my friends were doing stuff. It just looked like, oh, they are just kidding.
Beginners.
What are they doing? Because I knew so much, I knew that I was not ready to have sex. But parents are not being honest. So then everything people know about sex is from TV And then we also have a role to play in it. Everything they know about sex is from TV, is from what their friends have told them. So they are holding on to sex like, okay. And then even after the sex, now you have to go and learn certain skills because, okay, you finally have sex with a guy. The guy says, this girl's own is better than mine. So it's a flawed, you know, society, and we all have a role, you know. But it just really boils down to what you've just been saying all throughout, knowing who you are, embracing who you are, and accepting that it's okay to be who you are.
So saying that a woman is worth gold, what does it really mean? Sister?
Is value. And gold doesn't get value when it's in the ground. Gold only gets value when it is taken out of the ground, it is refined, it is put into use like jewelry or whatever, and it is worn. Until anybody puts the gold on, it's in your drawer. Nobody sees how beautiful that particular design is. So think of yourself as gold, but think of yourself as gold that is to be seen, gold that is to be used, gold that is to be put to use. And if that is gold, you don't compare yourself to Abyssinia.
Yeah.
Abyssinia looks like
gold.
But it isn't gold.
But it ain't gold. Therefore, if someone comes to you and says that until you sleep with me, that person is not worth even your consideration,
Look, the
let
thing is,
alone a look.
You are beautiful. You are
Exactly.
intelligent. I want to take care of you. Let me take care of you.
I can't. No, the thing is, you must take care of yourself. Therefore, you don't need somebody to come and tell you that I'll take care of you, because you ought to be able to take care of yourself. That is where the self-worth, the being independent comes in, whereby you don't look for somebody to make you. You make yourself. And therefore, when somebody comes, a person takes you and realizes that, okay, I love the value that this person has put in him or herself. And then you move together. Okay, practical example. Well, in my, younger days, I mean, young girl coming up, and then this white guy comes and says, okay, I'm in love with you. And I looked at him. He's an American. Right. I'm a Ghanaian.
You don't want to go to America?
Thank you very much. I hate cold. I hate cold with a passion. If and even now we still fight about the air conditioner in the room, So I look at him. Number one, I said, this guy is not a Christian. I am a Christian. I want to uphold my Christian values. So then what do you want, and therefore you see who has those things that we can move along with. If the person doesn't have those things, it's a no-go area. You don't do it. So
they'll say love. It's love.
No. Love doesn't pay bills. I can tell you, over 21 years of experience.
It doesn't.
If someone is abusing you, that is not love. Whether psychologically, physically, emotionally, financially, any way, that is not love. So you must be careful. You love with your eyes, your heart, and your mind. You look at it and do a T-chart. I mean, like how the accountants do have the assets and the liabilities. Look at both assets and liabilities and see whether the assets do outweigh the liabilities. But if the liabilities outweigh it, you say, that's not for me.
How do you get to that point?
Oh, know your purpose. That's the beginning. Know what you want to do. What are your pet peeves? What are the things that you like? What are the things that really, really take you off? Because, for instance, as I knew the cold, you take me into cold, you are troubling my soul. I want kenke. I want my kenke and fish. I mean, and those days, they didn't used to do kenke abroad. So there was no way I was going to live. I want my kenke and fish. I want to be someone that will contribute to society. So I looked at all those things and I realized that there are certain people that won't come my way, certain things that I can't do. So you look at things that you like. You like people that you value, people that you look at, we call role models, or people, but role models are, I mean, those that you can't get, and mentors are those that you can actually talk to, like how we are talking right now. You know, so you look at people that you are mentors and find out, what do I like about that particular role model or mentor? So for instance, someone like, when I was growing up, one of my professors, Professor Dolphine, was my role model, and I mean my mentor. And I even say that I fashioned my life after her because I thought she was smart. I felt that she was someone who would sacrifice, because there was, at some point in the department's life, she was the only lecturer left in the linguistics department who was there because the others had gone to Nigeria, and she was still there teaching year after year until they came back. So I looked at her and said, these are the kind of qualities I like. So first, what are your good, I mean, what are the things you like, your habits, the things that you can do without thinking. Then you go, okay, how do I need to get that thing done? And that is where you set your goals, you set your priorities, and say, okay, I'll do this and that kind of stuff.
Well, you're watching The Standpoint. The Standpoint is sponsored by African Women's Development Fund.
Goil, good energy. Fortune Rice, the right rice.
Vital, making life memorable.
We are powered by Dream Oval. You can always catch up with the programs you missed or the program that you want to review at our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh. We are also aired on ABN TV on Sky Channel 235 in UK, Western Europe, Asia, parts of Canada, and North Africa. I always say this because you can tell your family and friends outside to watch it as well. Thank you to Daily Juice producers, and of course Echo Spa, makeup by Paba Cosmetics and applied by Makeup and More. We'll be back. Now let me come to the studio. For almost 30 minutes, you've heard my panelist. What do you think? What is your question?
My question about women empowerment and knowing our worth is that when do we set the limit? When do we see that I have reached, I have arrived, I have been empowered?
My question is, do we outright reject all the criticism from the outside world, or we need to sieve and then choose that which will be good in our that will contribute to our purpose in life, or we outright reject everything?
I must say I'm so inspired. Sometimes we young ladies, we actually get confused at some point, and this program is something that I should say it's really good. I'm so inspired.
Let me come to you, Hamda. Tell the questions that were asked. My beautiful young lady asked, when do you say that it's enough? I've arrived, I've reached. So in terms of achieving and knowing where you are and striving to attain greater heights in society and impacting lives, and when do you say that?
I think as long as you're still alive, it's never enough. It's never enough. Keep going till the day you drop dead. As long as you're alive, it's never enough. You should always have something up your sleeves. As long as you live, because you get to a point where you are, you get so tired of it, you want to try new things, and it's just being innovative. Keep trying, keep going up and up and up till the end of time. I don't think there should be a limit. And I'm really interested in her question. I think we didn't say reject criticism. We said reject deliberate attempt to do what? To bring you down.
Okay, in wrapping up, Lydia, as a woman of worth, how do you use the power that you have?
We do have power, and we have the power to change the world, but we just don't recognize just how much power that we have. And so we limit our power. For instance, when you're going to a meeting, I'm always offended when we are going to a company and someone says, oh, no, you are the girl, go. Men know that you have power. They know. And because they know just how powerful you are, that's why they're on a constant mission to bring you down. And when they think it's necessary, it happens in presidential campaigns. You will not know where their wife is up until the man is standing for president. Because he knows that when the woman is there, she doesn't appeal to the corporate people, she appeals to the masses. So we are powerful. Men know it. The question is, do we know it? And if we do, what are we going to use it for? A long time ago, I said, I wanted to do so much, but you find out that you don't have, you yourself, you're a working charity.
Thank you.
You need the help. So how do you...
You're a girl, you need yourself.
How do you help someone without any money?
Yeah.
And it boils down to the power of words. People send me messages, but you, Auntie Lydia, you know your talent. No, when I was a kid, the book is still there. They asked me what I want to be in future. I wrote, I want to be rich and famous. I didn't want to be an actress. I just knew that I could not sit in an office. I needed to.
Even when you were pursuing your degree, you didn't know you were going to be an actress.
At all.
Yeah.
So the power of words. Say something kind to someone. I am here and, to go back to our little personal life. Auntie Gifty, really, she is my older sister. People don't know this. And with Jifa, and I'm the smallest in the group, but they inspire me because every day they are constantly telling me. In 2000 and was it 8 at GTV, we were standing at the car park, and you asked me, so sis, what are you doing? You should go and do a show or do something. Or Abla Jifa called me. What are you doing? Aren't you doing something? They didn't have to give me money. They sowed a seed in my head. That wait, I can be more than just an actress. But I was always so scared. But with that in my head, I kept on looking at them like, but they've done it, I can also do it. So say something kind to someone. Always dedicate your Facebook post to saying something inspiring. It will not cost you any money. 140 characters. You can say something. After, you can tweet about just how fabulous you are. But say something kind and say something positive.
Covered. So the worth of a woman.
And summing up, this is a two-part summary, not too long. But I believe this poem by Maya Angelou sums up what a phenomenal woman is. And it says that, pretty woman wonder where my secret lies. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model's size. But when I tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms. It's in the span of my lips. It's in the stride of my steps. It's in the curl of my lips. I am a woman. Phenomenally. Phenomenal woman. That's me. Look, it's in the whole embodiment of who you are. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. It is how you stand up. It is how you create space for yourself. It is how you ask people to take cognizance of the fact that you are also there. You have a contribution to give. And most importantly, that contribution you have to give is not anything. It is part of who you are and what you have learned over the years and what you have acquired over the years. And therefore, I'll say that, look, know your voice. Know who you are. Accept your individuality. If you are not fair and you are dark, accept that. If you are short and you are not tall, accept that. If you are big, accept that and be comfortable in you. Yeah. After you're comfortable in yourself, find your voice. What is your voice? Your voice is reaching out to serve your purpose. Whatever your purpose is, find your voice and use your voice. If you don't speak up, if you don't use your voice, you become silent and people can sometimes trample over you. Therefore, use that voice that God has given you to ensure that people are able to say, indeed, such a person does live. And most importantly, when you find your voice, help others along the way.
The woman of worth knows her challenges, knows her mistakes, but she still holds her head high.
Yeah.
And moves on one step at a time, knowing that she can only get better, knowing that despite the source and the the blood spilling of the blood, she will get there. I always use this analogy that they've been talking about breaking through the glass ceiling. Now, God forbid if everything is locked here and something happens and the door is locked. We can't break through the wall. We have to break through the glass. And how can we get out through the glass? Definitely, we may have a cut. Definitely, there'll be some blood spilling. But would that make you stop? Would that make you stop? You still run out. You still run out to save your life. I've sprained my ankle. I can't wear my heels, but I'm wearing a hammer. In style.
Yeah.
In style, my hammer. Wearing my hammer with my, dress. Life goes on. Student from JE, GIJ, University of Ghana, KNUST, Methodist University, senior high school student here. Am I leaving out any university here? UDS, Accra Poly, Data Link University, Regent University. So we have about almost 10 tertiary institutions and senior high schools represented here. You're all going to be the agents of change to let we only have one, clap for the young man there. Only one young man here. You're all going to go out and be ambassadors to make women understand, young ladies understand that they are worthy. But first of all, you must make sure you know and understand that you are worthy. Thanks for coming. We see you same time next week. Bye.